Meta removed an AI feature just 3 days after launch. But the model was not what failed. On July 7th, Meta launched Muse Image with a feature that let you mention a public adult Instagram account and use its photos as references for a new AI image. On July 10th, Meta removed that feature. Meta did not withdraw the model. It withdrew the public account connector after users rejected its default-on consent design. And that is the part every AI builder should study. Most coverage describes this as a privacy backlash. That is true, but incomplete. The more useful question is how a powerful model reached a product decision that users rejected in 3 days. So this is not a legal verdict, and it is not another story about whether AI art is good or bad. It is a product incident review. We will separate the model from the feature, reconstruct the documented permission flow, hear the strongest case for Meta, and finish with a 5-gate test for any AI product that uses identity-linked content. Muse Image is Meta, Superintelligence Lab's first image generation model. Meta presented it as more than a prompt-to-picture engine. It can edit existing images, combine multiple visual references, use search and coding tools, and integrate with Muse Spark, the model that powers the Meta AI assistant. It also powers creative experiences across Meta AI, Instagram, and WhatsApp, with more integrations planned. Meta's own technical post described the model as highly competitive. Those company claims are not independently tested in this video, but they establish an important point. The reversal was not announced as a response to weak image quality or a broken model. The disputed feature connected Muse Image to eligible public adult Instagram accounts. Meta's launch page said users could mention an Instagram account inside Meta AI, bring that profile into a creation, and let the system use public photos as references. The official demo shows a user drafting a birthday card, selecting public profiles, previewing their photos, and generating a new group image. This distinction matters. The documented event concerns photos used as references during generation. It is not evidence that this launch added every Instagram photo to the model's training data. Meta did provide a control. Public account owners could turn the feature off in Instagram's sharing and reuse settings. But contemporary reporting said eligible public accounts were included by default, and account owners were not notified when someone created an AI image using their likeness. That changes who carries the burden. With opt-in, the company has to earn a clear yes before the feature works. With opt-out, the user has to discover the feature, understand a new form of reuse, find the right setting, and say no. The control existed. The controversy was whether that control produced meaningful consent before someone else's prompt used the account as a visual reference. A public Instagram profile answers one question: who can view these posts? Generative reuse asks a different question: who can transform these references, for what purpose, and under what controls? Instagram's terms grant Meta a broad license to use, modify, and create derivative works from posted content, consistent with users' privacy and application settings. Whether a particular likeness use is lawful can also depend on jurisdiction and context. Meta's withdrawal was not an admission that the feature was illegal. The product lesson is narrower and more practical. A platform can have a legal argument and still fail to give users an affirmative, understandable choice for a new AI action. The fairest review includes Meta's side. The feature applied to public accounts, not private ones. An off switch existed. Meta described legitimate uses such as invitations and collaborative creative concepts. The company also said its image system had protections against policy-violating outputs involving real people. Meta says images created by Muse Image in the Meta AI app and on Meta.ai carry content seal, an invisible provenance signal. Removing the feature quickly can also be read as a company responding to users, not as proof of bad faith. All of that matters. None of it, however, answers whether default participation was the right starting point. Meta launched Muse Image on July 7th, On July 10th, it updated the same announcement. The company said it had intended to provide a useful creative tool and give people control over whether their public content could be referenced. It then said the feature had missed the mark and was no longer available. SAG-AFTRA, the union representing actors and other media professionals, had argued that anything short of clear opt-in was unacceptable for this kind of likeness use. After the removal, the union welcomed the decision. We do not have verified public numbers for how many generations used the feature or how many public accounts were referenced. The confirmed fact is the product reversal itself. Now separate the system into 4 layers. First, model capability. Can Muse image compose multiple references? Second, source resolution. Can Meta AI find the public account and retrieve eligible photos? Third, the permission gate. Should this requester be allowed to use those photos for this transformation? Fourth, output handling. Can the system block abuse and label the result? Meta documented capabilities for the first layer and demonstrated the second. Safety controls and content seal addressed parts of the fourth. The backlash centered on the third. The feature inherited visibility from Instagram, but generative transformation needed a permission design of its own. Here is the reusable test. Gate 1 is the consent default. Does the feature wait for an explicit yes or work until someone says no? Gate 2 is actor scope. Who may invoke it? The account owner, approved collaborators, followers, or anyone. Gate 3 is asset and purpose scope. Which posts can be referenced and which transformations did the person agree to? Gate 4 is observability. Can the owner see when the feature is used and understand what happened? Gate 5 is revocation and remedy. Can the owner stop future use, review prior activity, and respond to an unwanted output? A mature AI product should answer all 5 before the model call, not after a backlash. One final distinction is easy to miss. Provenance tools and permission controls solve different problems. Content seal may help answer, was this image made by Meta AI? Safety filters may help answer, does this output violate policy? Neither one answers. Did the reference person affirmatively agree to this use? Product teams often bundle these ideas under safety, but they belong at different checkpoints. Permission governs inputs and actors. Safety governs requests and outputs. Provenance helps inspect the result. Strong performance in one layer does not repair a missing decision in another. Meta did not abandon Muse image. It removed one connector between a powerful model and a huge public content platform. That is why this story matters beyond Meta. Whenever AI adds a new action to an existing product, the old visibility rules are not automatically enough. Public is not the same as affirmative opt-in. Design consent, scope, observability, and exit before the feature ships. Because when the model remains available but users reject the consent design, 3 days can be enough to erase the feature.